In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. For 6 days he shaped the world and filled it with life. But on the seventh day he did something special. He rested. In the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verses 2 and 3, we read, "By the seventh day God had finished the work he had been doing, so on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. This was the beginning of the seventh day Sabbath, a day set apart by God himself, a sacred time of rest and renewal." Unlike the other 6 days, the Sabbath was not just a day, it was a divine blessing and a holy commandment. Thousands of years later, the Sabbath was included in the 10 Commandments, written by God's own hand. In Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11, we find the fourth commandment, which says, "Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God." This commandment isn't just about resting physically, it's a time to reconnect with our Creator, to reflect on His works, and to celebrate our relationship with Him. It's a reminder that God is our provider, and in Him we find rest for our souls. For centuries, God's people observed the seventh-day Sabbath, from the Israelites in the wilderness to the early followers of Christ. Jesus himself, the Lord of the Sabbath, observed it and honored its sacredness. In the New Testament, we see that Jesus frequently taught on the Sabbath, healing the sick and showing love and mercy. He declared in Mark chapter 2, verse 27, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." It was always meant to be a blessing. Today, many still keep the seventh-day Sabbath from sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday. It's a time to pause from the busyness of life, to turn off distractions, and to focus on spiritual growth, family, and rest. As the sun sets on Friday evening, a new rhythm begins. The Sabbath offers us a chance to step back, to rest in God's presence, and to remember His promises. It's a weekly reminder that no matter what the world throws at us, we can trust in God's provision and care. The seventh-day Sabbath is more than a day of physical rest. It's a spiritual experience, a reminder of God's love, and a glimpse of the eternal rest we'll one day enjoy with Him. So, as the Sabbath comes each week, may we embrace its gift of peace, connection, and renewal. How will you spend your next Sabbath? Will you accept the invitation to rest in God's presence? Join us in celebrating the seventh-day Sabbath. Find rest, find peace, find renewal, fade to black.